If you want to get more clients through Instagram and Meta ads for as low as $5 a day, here is the exact strategy you should be using. I'm just going to share my screen, walk you through what you can do with targeting, and also the ads that are best to use with this strategy. Okay, so first thing you're going to want to do is go into Ads Manager or Meta Business Suite. Obviously, you can see that I'm in my Ads Manager here. If you don't know how to get to this, then I would watch a different tutorial on how to get into Meta Ads Manager or Meta Business Suite. You should know how to access this. And then you're going to want to go to Audiences, because what we're going to be doing is creating custom audiences to retarget people who already have engaged with your content in some way, or even your website as well, or other sources of engagement. Once you get to the audiences, you can see here that I have a lot of different custom audiences that I retarget. But basically, you're going to want to create audience by clicking on Create Audience, Custom Audience. And then we're going to, for most people, unless you're doing retargeting from your Metapixel on your site, you want to do Instagram account, because we can just, most people that are watching this are going to have some business page for your offerings through Instagram, and you probably have done some work with it over the past year or more. So go to Instagram, and then what you want to do is make sure you select your page as the source. And then there's various ways you can build these audiences. I would say for most people, you want to do one that's just generally anyone who is engaged with this account, and you can set the time length for specific periods, but I would say 365 days is a good number for most people. You can name this audience people who have engaged with X account in last year. Anything that will help you understand what this is for your ads. And then you could add a description, and then you click Create Audience. I'm not going to do that just because I already have audiences created. But then the other ones that you would want to also create, you'd follow the same process to set this up, would just be also anyone who's followed the account. And you can do, people who followed the account within the past year. You can also do people who have sent a message. Those would be the three that I would start with, because typically anyone who's followed or sent a message or engaged has some connection to the work you're doing, as long as you in some capacity posted and tried to build your brand a bit through Instagram. So you basically create those three custom audiences through your Instagram as a source. And then what you'll see is it'll populate these lists, and then it'll say ready. Once they're ready, what you then can do is go into Ads Manager, go to Campaigns, and then basically you just create an ad campaign that is going to just target only these custom audiences. And since for most people, unless you have a really big audience, it's going to be a size of people that's less than like 10,000 or so, you can get in front of a lot of them for $5 a day. So go into Ads Manager. If you were to create a new campaign, I'll just go through as if we were to create a new campaign doing all this. You click Create. I would say if you want to send people to your website as like a landing page, if you have like a video sales letter or just book a discovery call, you could do traffic. But I would probably suggest engagement and having a call to action with a specific DM prompt. So I'm going to click Engagement, and then Manual Engagement Campaign, because we want to have more control over it. Name it whatever you want, like you could name it retargeting, retarget test, and you could do the date, something like that. I would do campaign budget, set that budget to $5 a day. It will say 0 conversions. That's okay. Don't worry about that. You go to next. And then what you want to do is name the ad set, retargeting warm leads, or, whatever you want. do manual destination, we're just going to do Instagram. And then under audience controls, this is where it's key. First, we want to go here to Advantage Plus Audience and click Switch to Original Audience. And make sure you click Further Limit the Reach of your ads, because what Meta will want to do nowadays is just show it to more people. But we only want those custom audiences to be shown this ad to make it effective. So then you go into audience, and then you want to search for these custom audiences. So you can see for me, I have all these different custom audiences. For you, you would be doing, people who've engaged with posts, people who have followed, and people who have messaged. If you do choose to set up your website pixel and retarget people who visit your website, I would also include that there. That's something that I do. But then, it'll show, let's, for instance, just do a few of these. Oops. You want to make sure you unclick reach people beyond your custom audience as well if that comes up, because you just want to limit it to just these people. And we can do this one as well. So you can see that this audience size for me with these custom audiences, and I'm running a lot of ads, so mine's bigger, is 6,700 people. So, even with that size, I'm going to be hitting a certain percentage of those people every day with these ads. You don't want to worry about anything else here because you're just going to be showing the custom audiences. Placements, I would say, since we're just going to be doing Instagram, you want to do manual placements and just have it go on Instagram. Then you would go into actually creating the ads. Now, I'm not gonna walk through everything here because I'm just gonna share my Instagram profile so you can see the posts that I would usually suggest running in this campaign. But what you do need to understand when it comes to the ad setup is this message template. If you're doing the engagement approach where someone DMs you a prompt word for the sake of a freebie or a sales call, you need to set up this form so that it says something like, "Hi, please DM me X word below to get X thing." Whatever, obviously you're not typing X thing, whatever that is, you put that info there. I would get rid of the other questions, get rid of the follow-up message, and then just copy and paste this so they really know they need to type that word below. And then you can do more with ManyChat if you want to have that whole sequence automated. You can also do it, manually without ManyChat. That's another topic for another video, but you want to make sure you edit that template to be something like that. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to go into Instagram, and I'm just going to show you the posts that are good formats for this retargeting campaign. So obviously everyone who's watching this is going to have a different business. I'm assuming a lot of people watching are service providers, so maybe consultants, coaches, agency owners, therapists, etc. People who have some sort of service they can sell online. And in that case, there are really two main formats that are going to do best. One is a carousel or a video that explains how you help people get a specific result. So for instance, for my business, I'm explaining, here's how I help my clients get more clients and build their brand online. And then I walk through the specific process and really highlighting the value, and then have a prompt word, DM me this word. So obviously if you are putting this ad, this creative into that retargeting campaign in your format, you would want to make sure that template is saying, manually or DM me the word coaching to get more info. The other format that's good to use in retargeting is testimonials or case studies, whether it's a photo a video. Having a lot of testimonials in there is great because it just shows proof of your skill sets, and various forms you can do for testimonials, but I would include these as the main creatives to use for your campaign. The other thing that you could put in there is maybe more of a direct response based ad that is saying, DM me X word to get a free X thing.